Caitlin Clark just landed another incredible endorsement. This time it's with Stanley Cups. God.
And Caitlin Clark has gone viral once again. And this time it's not because of a buzzer beater. It's because of Stanley, the wildly popular drinkware brand that seems to be everywhere. The moment her partnership was announced, sales spiked to the point where products started disappearing from shelves almost instantly. The real question now: could this collaboration with Stanley end up being one of her most impactful moves yet, even compared to her on-court highlights? Here's the reality. The second Clark teamed up with Stanley, the heavyweight in reusable cups, the market reacted immediately. This wasn't just another endorsement deal to add to her resume. This was culture blending with lifestyle. Clark isn't just selling jerseys or sneakers anymore. She's selling hydration, daily habits, and lifestyle choices. And the craziest part? Fans can't get enough. Stanley was already on fire. Their tumblers had become fashion statements. People were lining up at Target for limited pastel editions. Resellers were flipping cups online for ridiculous profits. Then enters Caitlin Clark, arguably the most marketable athlete in women's sports, and suddenly the hype became an explosion. The launch made the internet lose its mind. Clark posed with Stanley tumblers in Indiana Fever colors, wearing Nike gear, smiling like she knew she had just broken social media. Within minutes, timelines lit up. TikTok flooded with reaction videos, and fans were already begging to know when they could get their hands on her line. Here's the kicker: the cups weren't even available yet, but resale chats were already heating up. That's not just hype, that's dominance. And more importantly, it showed something bigger than basketball. Clark proved she could influence lifestyle culture, not just sports. Look at her portfolio. Gatorade, all about sports. Wilson, sports. Nike, sports with a touch of fashion. But Stanley, that's different. That's moms running errands, college kids at study sessions, employees in office cubicles. People who may never have watched a WNBA game are suddenly waiting for a Caitlin Clark Stanley drop. That's crossover appeal at its peak. Of course, the naysayers appeared. Why does she keep landing deals? She hasn't earned it, it's just a cup. The same tired arguments, but the numbers don't lie. Stanley's traffic surged, shelves emptied. The only new variable? Clark's involvement. Doubters can complain, but sales prove otherwise.
Still maintaining to land deals is, legendary. And not to mention, she still got to deal with Gatorade as well. So for her to land this Stanley deal is just, I know a lot of people talk about her agent not being there for her agent doing all these things. I gotta give it to her agent, bro. Now, granted, would Caitlin Clark be getting these deals if she didn't have her agent? Probably, but she still gotta give some. We still gotta give some credit to the agent. This is a nice cup here. I don't think I ever seen one like that. This is legendary right here, and Caitlin looks super happy to have this deal as well.
Now let's break down the numbers. Stanley was already a billion-dollar brand, but once Clark's collab was teased, website traffic shot up by double digits. Pre-orders piled in immediately. Even regular Stanley products started selling faster, as buyers worried Clark's edition would vanish. That's what people call the Taylor Swift effect. Everything linked to her name instantly becomes a frenzy. And here's the irony. Critics who said Clark was just media hype now have to watch her outperform NBA stars in something as simple as water bottles. That's power. Stanley didn't just slap her logo on one cup either. They built a whole line. 5 options: jugs, tumblers, bottles, classics, and travel models. Each came in signature colors: fever navy, Iowa gold, and sleek gray. Her entire basketball journey reflected in shades, and fans didn't stop at one. Many bought full sets to complete their collection. That's not random, that's strategy. This partnership was a carefully planned rollout, not a casual promo. Clark herself. She didn't look forced into the campaign. She looked natural, laughing, holding the cups like it was second nature. That kind of authenticity matters. Some athletes look awkward in lifestyle ads, but Clark adapts effortlessly. It's why brands keep calling. She's relatable to everyday buyers while still iconic enough to spark a craze. And she did all this while sidelined with an injury. That's huge. Most athletes need game highlights to stay relevant. Clark just needs one photo release to dominate headlines. That's called brand value, and it proves her reach isn't tied to her stat sheet. Compare her deal to others. Aja Wilson with Nike, Sabrina Ionescu with her shoe, Angel Reese with Reebok. All smart endorsements. But none of them are moving $40 cups to suburban parents or office workers across the country. That territory is Clark's, and she owns it. People still complain about the price. $60 for a cup? Too much. But here's the truth. People aren't buying just a tumbler. They're buying a piece of Clark's story. That's why they sell out. This isn't just about Stanley. It's a blueprint for where athlete endorsements are going. If Clark can turn drinkware into collectibles, imagine what she'll do with fashion, furniture, or even tech. Basketball isn't her ceiling, it's just the starting point. The bigger picture? Clark's Stanley deal proves she's evolved from athlete to cultural icon. She's captivating audiences who've never seen her play. She's making everyday items feel like exclusive drops. And she's forcing critics to grapple with the fact that a cup is outpacing jerseys. For years, sneakers defined an athlete's cultural influence. Now, Clark has flipped that script. She made tumblers the hottest drop of the season. Online forums usually dedicated to Jordans or Yeezys are now buzzing about a Clark Stanley colorway. It sounds absurd, but absurd in a way that prints money. That's the lesson. She's not just endorsing products, she's redefining what endorsements can be. She's embedding into everyday life where everyone needs a cup, not just sneakers. That's why the partnership feels groundbreaking. And yes, the haters are still out there. She's selling cups, not winning titles. But influence and performance aren't mutually exclusive. Staying relevant while sidelined is exactly what makes her stand apart, and the double standard is obvious. If another player landed this deal, people would call it historic. Because it's Clark, suddenly, it's just a cup. That says far more about the critics than about her.